Hello, viewers. All two of you. Hi. It's been a while. Lots has happened. This is a kind of unscripted devlog type video. So forgive me if I ramble a little bit. You know that I do tend to do that. Um, so yeah, it's been a while. I released a demo of my game, A Cake for Sam, in October, and obviously launched an itch page and everything else. And rather predictably, Tumbleweed rolled by. About three people played it, but I mean, I do this for fun. I love this. This is just the ultimate hobby. I have so much fun working on this game. I know probably nobody will glance twice at it, but it's the making it that's the fun part. So, which is a good job, really. But the feedback I had about the demo was positive. People liked it, and yes. So, but also in October, as well as releasing a demo, I also got made redundant. So it was a bit of a strange month, really. I was so excited to release my first ever playable demo of anything. But that month, I also got made redundant. My company, I'd been with them 16 years, and we got bought out by a new company who were very excited about the department I work in. So excited that they got rid of some of us a few months later. So that was a bit of a shock, but in some ways not a shock as well, because it's all been a bit messy for years now. None of us have been feeling very secure. It's almost a relief in a weird way, although not such a relief 8 months later when you look at your bank balance. So anyway, I lost my job and I released a demo in the same month. And then since then, I've had some health problems and not been working on my game as much as I would have liked. I I got pulmonary embolism, which is blood clots on the lungs. It's life threatening actually, and I thought it was just a chest infection, but my breathing got worse and worse. I was getting out of breath just walking down the road, a flat surface. And so eventually I caved in and went to the doctor and said, "Yeah, I think you've got a pulmonary embolism. You really should go straight to hospital." So I did, and 9.5 hours in A&E. Yeah, sure enough, I have three large blood clots on my lungs, life threatening stuff, and I had no idea. So anyway, 3 months later now, and I've been on blood thinners for a while, and I'm feeling a lot better. My breathing seems quite normal now. I'm very tired all the time, though, very tired. Um, but my breathing's okay. So for that reason, I've not been working as much on the game as I would have liked. But then just recently, as my health has improved, I've been working more on it, and I've got this scene finished now. I finished it this morning. I just added some sound effects. Um, I need to do more testing, of course, because I'm sure there are bugs, because this is quite a complex scene in terms of dialogue. Um, there is a heck of a lot of different dialogue branches, depending on what order you do things in. So that might make more sense in a minute if I talk to Graham here. And we get given our little quest to do. So I'll just click through the dialogue. I won't make you sit all the way through it in sort of real time. You can always slow the video down and read it if you like. But the gist is, Trevor has come here to see if he can get some oil from Graham. And Graham, being quite playful and very excited about his new arcade machine that he's got, he said that Trevor can have the oil if he gets a high score on decisions. Well, a high enough score. He wants Trevor to get a score of 15. Here we go in the notebook. And then he will give him the oil. So yeah, Graham, he's a middle-aged sort of fatherly figure. He's quite a warm character and quite playful, quite a bit mischievous here, mischievous. Anyway, let's go and have a look at him here. So as you know, if anyone's played the demo, know that these get filled in when you meet someone. Before that, they're these silhouettes. This is actually Barry from the Secret Cake Club. And I've also designed these stickers, and for each character in the game, they get their own little sticker set, like Trevor's just stuck them into his book. So there we go. So yes, he wants us to get a score of 15 or more on decisions. So let's have a look at that. Here we go. We'll play on normal. So this will probably make a lot of sense. You get a little prompt here, and you have to choose the right image for the prompt. So, oh dear. I did that on purpose, honestly. Right. Now we need a score of 15 to get the oil, so I'll just go ahead and get a score of 15. Now this quiz is one that I made for a game jam. I think it's already a couple of years ago now, that game jam. My first ever game jam, I designed a quiz for it. I came 11th out of over 100 people. I was very excited about that. Very happy. People liked my quiz, so that's cool. And I thought, when I was thinking of an arcade machine that Graham could have in his chip shop that he wanted Trevor to play, well, why don't I repurpose decisions? So I need to concentrate. Let me just get a few more right before I carry on waffling. That should be enough. That should do it. I get these ones wrong on purpose so that we can get on with it. There we go. So we got 16. Here we go. Oh, what was I saying? Yes, the game jam entry. So I thought, why don't I? So what I did is I built the quiz again from the ground up, and I did it in this sort of period appropriate pixely artwork style. And this time around the image pairs are randomized rather than in a linear order, because it originally on the game jam version they were just in a straightforward order, so you could memorize the right and the wrong answers. This one though, it randomizes them, so you can't memorize it, you have to engage properly with it. Anyway, I'll put a link in the description actually to the game jam version if you want to have a look. But this one is definitely a version 2 of that, and I built it again from scratch because it just would have been too messy to try and just copy paste the original one in. Plus I wanted to make it better, I wanted to streamline it, I wanted to have randomized question pairs which involved using arrays. That's the word. I used arrays for this and some randomization and stuff, which I didn't use in the game jam one. Anyway, we can get the oil now, and if we open the notebook, the quest has updated with our best score so far. Also, on Graham's page, you get a sticker with your best score, and what this is so that when we collect the oil and we've finished this quest, and Graham won't have anything else to say about scores and oil and things, we can still play decisions and aim for a higher score, and this sticker will be updated. 20 is the maximum score, so players who wanted to, they could play and shoot for the max score, or they can ignore it and carry on. You only need 15 to complete the main quest, but that's just a little extra if people want to try and get the maximum score. That will always record your best score above 14. So right, so we talked to Graham again. Again, I'll just click through. I won't read it in real time. And there we go. And we get the oil, and it appears in the inventory, of course, and you can examine it for a bit more flavor text there. This is updated to say that we've completed the quest, and that's that. So what next? Well, because I'm unemployed, still unemployed, and obviously my health has been very poor, so I've not been job hunting. After I lost my job, I was incredibly depressed. I fell into a complete slump, and to be honest, I just sort of sat around eating chocolate and feeling really I just thought, what the heck am I going to do now? My health wasn't great anyway, and suddenly I'm unemployed. Having had an employer who was quite sympathetic to my health problems and made allowances for certain things. So I'm unemployed. sort of navigating the benefits system to try and get a bit of help while I figure out what the heck I'm going to do. So I'm going to probably put the game dev on a bit of a pause for a couple of months because I'm going to be working on a portfolio. I don't actually have a portfolio. I'm a graphic designer of 22 years and I don't have a portfolio. I know it sounds crazy, but a lot of the work I've been doing over the years is under NDAs and/or is quite stodgy, boring stuff, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a portfolio of graphic design work from scratch. So I'm going to give myself dummy projects to do. I'm going to design a book cover. I'm going to design an app, a lifestyle journaling app. I won't actually build the app, but I'll do screens, kind of mock-ups. And I'm also going to do the branding for a sort of made-up cafe. So I'll do a logo, I'll do a menu, I'll do a takeaway cup design, that kind of thing. And I'll also have a section on my portfolio where I talk about my game dev, because I think, well, there's a lot of illustration work here, and game dev demonstrates all sorts of skills, technical skills, layout skills, graphic design skills, plus I write all my own dialogue, so perhaps, heck, why not feature that too? These are all skills that an employer might value. So I'm going to spend a couple of months working on a portfolio and try and get some nice work up on a website that an employer might look at and think, yep, let's give that guy a job. So yes, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on now, but I'm not abandoning this game. I'm so passionate about this project. I will get this game out one day, whether it's just a free on itch, or whether it's sort of £1.50 on Steam. I have no idea, but I wouldn't release it if I wasn't proud of it anyway. So maybe charging a few pennies for it, isn't a terrible idea. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's it really. Just a bit of a devlog, and I can't promise there'll be one anytime soon. But even if I'm just doing a couple of hours on my game a week, keeping it bubbling along until the portfolio is ready, and then I can dedicate a lot more time once again to the game dev stuff. But the project lives on. I'm absolutely determined that it will be a finished game, and I will release it eventually. Okay, well, thanks very much for watching. Bye.